ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। Hare Krishna. I welcome everyone for this Krishna Fest. We are preparing our consciousness for the upcoming Janmashtami festival, and in these 10 days we are discussing several enchanting pastimes of the Supreme Lord Krishna that he performed in Vrindavan Dham, his eternal abode. And today, in the next 45 minutes, I will be narrating this wonderful Govardhan pastime that is performed by Krishna in Vrindavan. So, Krishna's lifting of Govardhan mountain is one of the most enchanting episodes of Krishna's Vraja Lila. The pastimes that Krishna performs in Vrindavan are very enchanting to the heart, and they are very pleasing to the ears. So, one day Krishna, he was 7 years old at that time. One day Krishna went to Nanda Maharaj and asked some questions. So, at that time Nanda Maharaj and all the Rajavasis, the residents of Vrindavan, several Gopas, they were making elaborate arrangements for a nice festival, and that festival was called Indra Puja. So, they were making preparations to worship Lord Indra. Why worship Indra? Because Indra is the Lord of rains, he is the king of heaven, and he is also known to provide rains to the human beings here, and the rains are required to grow crops. So, that is why this cowhead community in Vrindavan, headed by Nanda Maharaj, were making preparations to worship Indra. And Krishna just went to Nanda Maharaj and asked some questions. My dear father, why are you making all these arrangements? So, are you doing some sacrifice? Are you doing some puja? What kind of worship is this? Is it mentioned in some shastras, or is it a part of our tradition to make some puja like this? So, in this way Krishna asked several questions. He flooded Nanda Maharaj with so many questions, and Nanda Maharaj thought that he is a little boy, 7-year-old boy, what will he understand? So, Nanda Maharaj was not responding. So, Krishna asked again, my dear father, I am your family member, you should not keep any secrets in front of your family members. So, please tell me, and please do not think that I may not be able to understand the reasons. So, you please narrate. So, what is the purpose of this sacrifice, purpose of this puja? Then Nanda Maharaj explained that, my dear child, Indra is the Lord of rains, and he provides rains, and with that rains we grow our fields, we grow our crops, and grains are very much required for our sustenance. So, because without rains we cannot get grains, so we have to worship Lord Indra who provides rains. So, this is arrangement for that, and we have been doing this Indra Puja since several years, since our ancestors. Then Krishna said, what is Indra doing? It is the duty of Indra to provide rains. Why should we bribe Indra with this sacrifice and with this puja paraphernalia? So, it is not necessary that we bribe Indra like this. So, I suggest that we use the same paraphernalia that you have arranged for Indra Puja to worship Giriraj Govardhan. Actually, Indra is definitely the king of demigods, and he is the provider of rains, and he may be giving rains, but he is a servant of the Supreme Lord. So, just like in this universe, within one state there are different ministers, right? There is a finance minister, then there is a chief minister, there is education minister, there is home minister. Similarly, within this universe also there are different devatas who are taking care of various departments, affairs of this universe. So, Indra was given the charge of rains. So, he is just doing his duty as a part of this cosmic administration. He is a part of this universal administrative system created by the Supreme Lord. So, he is just doing his duty. Why should we worship him unnecessarily? Actually, we are a cowhead community, and we are village dwellers. So, this Govardhan mountain is providing us so many things, so we should worship Govardhan. So why Krishna is proposing this Govardhan Puja in front of all the Rajavasis? Because there are two reasons. Number one, Govardhan was a great devotee of Krishna. Second, Indra was also a devotee of Krishna. But Govardhan is very humble and he is rendering so many services to Krishna, Balaram and all the Rajavasis and cows of Krishna. But he is very humble. But Indra became very proud, very puffed up. So he was thinking that he is the Lord of rains, and without he providing rains, people in this world cannot survive. So Indra became very proud and puffed up of his kingly position, of his position as the king of heaven, and also his position as the provider of rains. And he was even expecting this worship from the Rajavasis. And Krishna felt that in my presence, why should my eternal companions, the Rajavasis, worship some devatas? No. So they should not be worshipping Indra. And Krishna wanted to teach a lesson to Indra. Let Indra become humble. If I stop Indra Puja, Indra will become humble. And if I inaugurate Govardhan Puja, that would be an opportunity for all the Rajavasis to express their gratitude to Govardhan, who is rendering so many services to the cowhead community. And also Krishna wanted to inaugurate a very wonderful ceremony for all time to come. So Krishna proposed Govardhan Puja, and Krishna wanted to humble Indra. So Krishna wanted to agitate Indra by stopping Indra Puja. And what kind of services does this Govardhan do to the Rajavasi community? So there is one beautiful shloka in the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. The gopis say, especially Srimati Radharani says, Hantaya madrirabala haridasa varyo yadrama krishna charana sparasha pramodaha manam tanoti sahago ganayostayoryat pani yasuya vasakandara kandamulai. Hantaya madrirabala haridasa varyo. Srimati Radharani says that, my dear Sakhis, my dear friends, Srimati Radharani is addressing her gopi friends. She says that, Hantaya madrirabala haridasa varyo. Oh my dear friends, this Adri, this mountain of Govardhan is the best of all servants of Krishna. Of all the servants of Krishna, Govardhan mountain is the best servant. Hantaya madrirabala haridasa varyo yadrama krishna charanas parasha pramodaha. Because this Govardhan mountain becomes so jubilant, so happy by the charana sparsha of Rama and Krishna. So Balaramji and Krishna, they would climb on Govardhan hill and they perform so many playful pastimes, and Govardhan becomes so happy by the touch of the divine lotus feet of Krishna and Balaram. Manam tanoti sahago ganayostayoryat. And Govardhan also offers such great respect to Krishna, Balaram, Gopas and cows, and renders various services. What are the services offered by Govardhan? Paniya suya vasakandara kandamulai. Paniya. Govardhan offers such sweet nectarian waters for Krishna and Balaram to drink. There were so many kunds around Govardhan hill. Kunds means small lakes, and there were also nice waterfalls. And also there are very great fruit bearing trees, and all the juices of these fruits are also like paniya, that can quench the thirst of Krishna and Balaram. Paniya means Govardhan gives nectarian water to Krishna and the entire cowhead community. Suyavasa. Suyavasa means grasses. Govardhan also gives such fresh, soft grasses for Krishna's cows to eat. So all the cows of Krishna would come to Govardhan, and there are very nice grasses there, and the cows would be very happy to eat those grasses, and they become very healthy and they give such profuse quantities of milk. Paniya suyavasa. Kandara kandamulaihi. Kandara means caves. In Govardhan there are so many caves. Whenever there is some rain, Krishna and Balaram and all the Gopas would enter the caves of Govardhan and they hide themselves. And whenever it's very hot outside, all the Gopas would enter the caves of Govardhan, and the caves of Govardhan present such cooling atmosphere to the gopas, so that the gopas are very comfortable there inside the caves. And whenever it is very cold outside, Govardhan caves would provide warmth to the gopas. In this way, Govardhan mountain renders such brilliant services to the entire cowherd community, and that's why Krishna proposes that, my dear Nanda Maharaj and all the cowherd community, so I propose that we stop Indra Puja and we start Govardhan Puja. Now Nanda Maharaj and all the gopas certainly like the idea of Krishna, and definitely they love Krishna so much, so they wanted to worship Govardhan, but they had one question. My dear Krishna, we will worship Govardhan, no doubt about it, but we will do it some other time. So let this Indra Puja happen now. So we have already made so many preparations for Indra Puja. We will worship Indra, because Indra should not become angry that we stopped his worship. So we will worship Indra now, and on some other day we will worship Govardhan. But Krishna says, no, whatever paraphernalia that we have gathered for Indra Puja, use the same paraphernalia to worship Govardhan also. We want to do it right now. Let's cancel Indra Puja. So Krishna cancelled Indra Puja forever, because Krishna doesn't like pride in his devotees. Indra was also devotee of Krishna, but he became so proud, Krishna wanted to destroy the pride of Indra. That's why he inaugurated Govardhan Puja. And Krishna likes humble devotees who do not have any pride or arrogance within their hearts. So Krishna wanted to glorify this humble devotee Govardhan and humble this proud devotee Indra. So all the Rajavasis love Krishna so much, they cannot do anything against Krishna's desires, and they want to do everything that pleases Krishna. So all the Rajavasis immediately agreed, yes, let us worship Govardhan, let's worship Govardhan according to the desire of Krishna. So all the devotees worshipped Govardhan. So all the Rajavasis have made such elaborate arrangements for food offerings to Govardhan. So this is called Annakuta ceremony. There was a big mountain of rice, and there were also like kunds of dal and other liquid substances, and there were piles of chapatis, and there were hundreds and thousands of sweet preparations. There is butter, there is milk, yogurt, and thousands of preparations. So they all offered this to Govardhan, and Krishna instructed, we should worship Govardhan by offering huge quantities of bhoga, food items, and also we should honor Govardhan by circumambulating this Govardhan mountain. Along with Govardhan Puja, we should also do Go Puja. Krishna loves cows. He is called Govinda because he gives pleasure to the cows. So Krishna also told the Rajavasis that we should worship cows, and you should circumambulate cows also, and you should also worship Brahmanas. So Brahmanas are very simple hearted and pure hearted. They are guiding us in various activities. We should worship them also. So all the Rajavasis worshipped Govardhan, cows and Brahmanas. And it's not practical to worship all the cows together. So they selected one cow as a representative of all the cows, and they decorated that cow so nicely with nice garments and some ornaments and some colors, and they circumambulated that cow and worshipped that cow as a representative of the entire Goshala there. So then they circumambulated Govardhan also, and as they were circumambulating Govardhan, the Rajavasis were glorifying Krishna, all the activities of Krishna. Lord Krishna killed Putana when he was few days old. Krishna killed Shakatasur when he was just 3 months old baby, and Krishna also killed Trinavarta, who took Krishna 800,000 miles high into the sky when Krishna was a 1-year-old baby, and Krishna killed Trinavarta also. So like that, Krishna has performed such amazing activities, and all the Rajavasis, especially the gopis of Vrindavan, while they were circumambulating Govardhan, they were glorifying the pastimes of Krishna in the form of songs, and they were also very excited and happy that Krishna had inaugurated this Govardhan Puja that gave so much joy to all the Rajavasis. Now Krishna manifested another great pastime. So Krishna appeared in a 4-handed form on top of Govardhan mountain. So Krishna was also circumambulating Govardhan hill along with the Rajavasis, and Krishna also manifested in a very huge four-handed form on top of Govardhan. And he claimed, I am the mountain god, I am the lord of Govardhan, you should give all your offerings to me. And Nanda Maharaj and all the Rajavasis offered such profuse quantities of food items to Giriraj Govardhan. And Giriraj Govardhan has eaten everything. And he said, Aniyor, I want more offerings. Govardhan has eaten all the offerings, but he is asking for more offerings. And finally he became merciful, and whatever he has accepted, he manifested all of them back as Mahaprasadam. So one more thing is, all the Rajavasis began to offer prayers to Govardhan. They were thinking that we have been worshipping Indra since several years. Indra never came to us to give his darshan. But we worshipped Govardhan only once, and Govardhan is giving darshan. So Govardhan, the lord of mountain, was visible to everybody. And Krishna also offered obeisances. In his two-handed form, Krishna was offering obeisances to this mountain god who appeared in a four-handed form. So then Nanda Maharaj began to offer prayers to Govardhan. My dear Govardhan, my only prayer is that may you always protect Krishna and Balaram from all kinds of dangers. In fact, Krishna and Balaram, they are the supreme lords, and they will protect all the Rajavasis from all dangers. But Nanda Maharaj's prayer is that let Krishna and Balaram be protected from all dangers by the mercy of Govardhan. So now this is the Vatsalya affection that Nanda Maharaj had for Krishna and Balaram. So logic doesn't work there. They always consider, all the Rajavasis consider that Krishna is their child, Krishna is their friend, Krishna is their lover. They don't consider Krishna as their god as such. They only consider Krishna as their dearest friend. So with great love and affection, the Rajavasis worshipped Govardhan, and then this Govardhan became so blissful, so happy, so grateful to Krishna for inaugurating this Govardhan Puja. And Krishna, Balaram and all the Rajavasis left to their homes, happily singing the glories of Krishna. And Indra became so furious. While all the Rajavasis and the Supreme Lord Krishna became so happy, only Indra became very unhappy because his puja has been stopped. So Indra was miserable, he was so furious. So some people who have seen this Govardhan puja in Vrindavan, they reported to Indra that Indra puja has been stopped, and Indra became so unhappy, and he called Samvartaka Clouds. So Samvartaka Clouds are those clouds that are used to destroy the entire universe. When it is time to destroy the entire universe, to wind up this whole creation, these Samvartaka clouds are appointed. Generally regular clouds shower rains in droplets, but Samvartaka clouds shower rains like thick pillars. So each droplet that's coming from Samvartaka cloud is like a huge elephant. Elephants are falling from the sky, it looks like that. So like that Samvartaka clouds were brought by Indra, and Indra told all these colorful clouds, there were different colors of clouds, pink clouds and black clouds and blue clouds and green clouds, like that there are so many colorful clouds, very powerful clouds, and this Indra appointed these clouds to completely destroy Vrindavan. Now you see, Indra had this deep hunger for honor. When we become so desirous of worship from others, respect from others, and when we become very attached to that kind of worship that we are receiving from others, we cannot stay humble when they don't respect others, because there is an expectation. When we expect things from others, it's quite possible that we get frustrated. So Indra was expecting honor and worship from the Rajavasis, and Krishna understood these expectations of Indra, and Krishna stopped Indra Puja, and Indra becomes so furious, so frustrated, and out of his frustration and anger and pride, he thought that let me teach a lesson to all the Rajavasis. They are taking me cheaply. By taking the instructions and advices of this mere boy Krishna, they are trying to disrespect devatas like me. So Indra became so offended, and Indra wanted to teach them a lesson. So he had sent all the Samvartaka clouds, and he himself also came on this Airavata elephant, and he wanted to destroy this entire Vrindavan and all the Rajavasis. Now many demons came, and they were only trying to attack Krishna and kill Krishna. But Indra wanted to destroy entire cowhead community just because they did not worship him. That's the nature of a person who is influenced by some negative tendencies like anger, pride, greed, etc. Now this Indra was creating this rainfall, and all the Rajavasis felt that Indra must have become angry. That's why we are getting this unseasonal rain, unusual rain. So all the Rajavasis immediately ran towards Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, please protect us, because Indra became so angry, he is showering that rain. All the Rajavasis went to Krishna to take shelter of Krishna. They said, my dear Krishna, because we stopped Indra Puja, Indra has created a devastating rainfall in Vrindavan, and this rain is so unseasonal, so unusual, and it is inundating entire Vrindavan with flood waters. Please protect us, please save us, please save our cows. And even the cows were also very distressed. They were trying to give shelter to their calves under their bodies. Now you see, below the neck of the cow there is a thick flesh that hangs. So all the cows have taken their calves under their necks, and they were trying to protect their calves, who were also distressed. All the bulls were also crying. So in this way all the Vrajavasis have taken shelter of Krishna. And Krishna says, I have taken a vow to protect my devotees from all kinds of calamities. So Krishna says, Indra has created this rainfall, and I must protect all my devotees from this wrath of Indra, and I should also teach a lesson to Indra. So Krishna ran from his house, Nanda Maharaj's house, all the way to Govardhan, to lift Govardhan. So when Krishna ran from Nanda Bhavan to Govardhan, on the way Krishna did not become wet. Although there is profuse amount of rain that is falling everywhere in Vrindavan, flooding the entire land of Vrindavan, that people could not even differentiate between highlands and lowlands. So such great rainfall has been created by Indra, but not a single drop of water touched Krishna. So Krishna ran from Nanda Bhavan to Govardhan by tightening his belt, and when Krishna was just running in that path, there was no rain. So Krishna went to Govardhan, and he effortlessly picked up this Govardhan mountain, just like a small child picks up a mushroom effortlessly. You see, mushrooms grow, that white umbrella kind of objects. So a child can pick up mushrooms so effortlessly. So Krishna also picked up this mountain effortlessly, just like a baby elephant picks up a lotus flower in a pond so effortlessly. Krishna picked up this Govardhan mountain very effortlessly, and he held this mountain on his little finger of his left hand. Then he told Rajavasis, Rajavasis, now please come inside this Govardhan. Govardhan will protect us, because we worshipped Govardhan. Govardhan will certainly protect us from the wrath of Indra. Don't worry, come with your wives, come with all the gopas and gopis and cows and calves, monkeys, peacocks, and all the kinds of human and non-human living beings in Vrindavan can come under Govardhan. Govardhan will give shelter to everybody. Now Govardhan is a small, medium-sized mountain, and under the base of Govardhan, how can so many hundreds and thousands of Rajavasis be accommodated along with their animals and properties? But the fact is, by the touch of Krishna's little finger, Govardhan became so ecstatic, Govardhan became so happy that Govardhan expanded in size, so that the base of Govardhan can accommodate all the Rajavasis. So like that, Govardhan became so huge and ecstatic, and Krishna invited all the Rajavasis under Govardhan, and Rajavasis, they were little distressed, but they also became happy, because they all are getting the chance to associate with Krishna. So all the Rajavasis went inside this Govardhan mountain, And now Krishna is protecting the Rajavasis from top, from Indra's rainfall. But the flood waters can come from all the directions around Govardhan, under Govardhan, isn't it? So Krishna instructed Seshanag, Adisesha, the supreme snake bed of Krishna, snake bed of Vishnu. So that Adisesha came and coiled around Govardhan, right, on all sides. And also when Krishna lifted Govardhan, some mounds of earth and clay and stones they were piled up around the circumference of Govardhan. So the flood waters did not come, and on top of it, the Supreme Lord also instructed Anantasesha to just coil around Govardhan to create a thick protective wall around Govardhan, so that flood waters do not come under this Govardhan mountain. So fine, Rajavasis are protected from all sides, from top, from all sides. But what about Govardhan? Krishna also thought of a plan to protect Govardhan. So Krishna invoked the presence of his Sudarshan Chakra. He instructed Sudarshan Chakra, the disc weapon of Krishna, to protect Govardhan from top. So whatever rainfall was coming on Govardhan, that was being absorbed by Sudarshan Chakra, and Govardhan was intact. Not a blade of grass moved on top of Govardhan mountain, although devastating rainfall was being created by Indra. And the rainfall was coming like thick pillars, big pillars, like so huge pillars, and all the droplets were like huge mountains and huge elephants. So Indra was creating this rainfall, and for 7 full days this Indra has created this rainfall. But under Govardhan there was a very great celebration going on. There was a storm outside Govardhan, there was another storm beneath Govardhan. What is this storm? This storm was the storm of love and affection. So Krishna stood there in the middle holding this beautiful Govardhan mountain. He was wearing a yellow dhoti, he had this blue complexion, he had this nice peacock feather, and his waist cloth is red in color. So like that, Krishna was so enchanting. So now Krishna's pastimes are like this. Early in the morning, Krishna goes from Nanda Maharaj's house to the pasturing grounds, to the forest along with cows. So at that time, Mother Yashoda and all the Vatsalya gopis, Vatsalya devotees of Vrindavan, they feel separation from Krishna. So during the daytime, Krishna is always with the gopas, the Sakhya bhaktas, means those who are in friendship with him. And throughout the day, Krishna associates with the cows and the gopas. Cows are in Shantarasa and the gopas are in Sakhyarasa. So he is giving profuse quantity of his association to all the Sakhya bhaktas and Shanta bhaktas during the daytime. So night time, evening time, he comes back from the forest. So while he is coming back from the forest and while he is going to the forest, Krishna gives his darshan and association and loving glances to all the gopis who are in Madhurya Rasa. So Madhurya Rasa devotees get a brief association of Krishna. And when Krishna comes back to his house, to Nanda Maharaj's house, the Vatsalya bhaktas and the Dasya bhaktas get his association. So Vatsalya bhaktas are Rohini Mata, Nanda Maharaj, Yashoda Mata, they all get to see Krishna and serve Krishna. And Dasya bhaktas are Raktaka, Patraka, Chitraka, who are the house assistants, house servants of Nanda Maharaj. They get to serve Krishna. Like that, the devotees of different rasas get association of Krishna at different times during the day. So throughout the night, Krishna is there within the house of Nanda Maharaj, and Vatsalya bhaktas get to see him, get to serve him. So, but because Indra created this devastating rainfall in Vrindavan and Krishna lifted Govardhan, all the devotees of all rasas assembled at one place for 7 days and 7 nights, and they got company of Krishna. So for 7 days and 7 nights they were seeing Krishna very happily, and Krishna was standing in the middle and he was showering such sweet smiles and loving glances upon all the Rajavasis, and Rajavasis became so ecstatic. So Shanta bhaktas, Dasya bhaktas, Vatsalya bhaktas, Sakhya bhaktas, Madhurya bhaktas, all the devotees are seeing Krishna at one time. and Krishna is reciprocating with each of these devotees in their own flavor. So Krishna smiles at his elders with respect. Krishna smiles at his friends with such friendship, and Krishna also smiles at his lovers like the gopis in a very playful manner. So like that Krishna is showering glances upon everyone. Now Krishna was standing in the middle of this Govardhan mountain facing one direction, but every single Vrajavasi, whether Krishna is standing in front of them, means whether these Vrajavasis are standing in front of Krishna or on the left side of Krishna or on the right side of Krishna or behind Krishna or right close to Krishna or like just far away from Krishna towards the end of Govardhan mountain, wherever they may be, they have this experience of seeing Krishna directly face to face. When I am facing this direction, the people behind me cannot see my face. People who are on the left side of me and right side of me also cannot see my face clearly. But Krishna gave the experience of seeing him directly face to face to every single Vrajavasi wherever they are standing under Govardhan. So that's the enchanting pastime of Krishna. Of course, the Supreme Lord Krishna is the supreme creator, maintainer, proprietor, master, enjoyer. Means he has so many powers. He has inconceivable powers. With his inconceivable powers, he protects dharma. He maintains this material world. He creates this. He destroys this world, and he punishes several demons. He protects his devotees. But the supreme inconceivable power of Krishna is manifested when he reciprocates with the love and affection of his devotees in Vrindavan. So Krishna enjoyed thoroughly with all the Vrajavasis like this for 7 days and 7 nights by the grace of Govardhan, and all credit goes to Govardhan. There are so many places in Vrindavan. If Krishna wanted, Krishna could have protected Vrajavasis from Indra's reign in any other way. But Krishna wanted to give special respect and honor to Giriraj Govardhan, that he used only Govardhan mountain to protect all the Vrajavasis. And now Mother Yashoda became concerned about Krishna. Krishna, why do you do like this? You are always mischievous, you are very naughty. And why did you stop Indra Puja? Indra became so angry. Now you see, we are feeling so much pain to see you holding Giriraj Govardhan. It's such a heavy mountain and you are holding it on your little finger. Are you not tired? You are perspiring. You are very tired. So Mother Yashoda is very concerned about Krishna. So she was expressing her anguish. Then Madhumangal is one of the Gopas. So he told Mother Yashoda, Mother Yashoda, why are you scolding Krishna like this? Don't worry. It's very good that Indra has created this devastating rainfall. That's why we are getting this opportunity to see Krishna in such an enchanting darshan for 7 days and 7 nights. It's very good that Indra created this rainfall. Then Mother Yashoda became little angry with this Madhumangal. Madhumangal, why are you saying like this? I am anxious for Krishna and you are cracking jokes like this. Then Nanda Maharaj intervened. Nanda Maharaj said, Yashoda, please don't chastise, don't scold this Madhumangal. He is a nice Brahmana. He is a very wise and intelligent boy. He wants to encourage you. That's why he is saying this. So Nanda Maharaj also kind of supported Madhumangal. Then Mother Yashoda again said, no, Krishna, I am very much concerned about Krishna. So he has to exert himself. Then Krishna said, my dear mother, don't worry. I am not holding Govardhan. I am not exerting myself to hold Govardhan for such a long time. Govardhan is as light as a cotton swab. And I am able to hold Govardhan effortlessly. So you don't worry at all. Govardhan is standing on its own. Govardhan is floating in the air. I am just touching Govardhan with my little finger. That's all. Then Madhumangal intervened and said, Mother Yashoda, Krishna is not holding Govardhan. It is me. I am chanting some Brahmanical mantras, and because of the power of my mantras, Govardhan is floating on its own. So when Madhumangal said like this, Mother Yashoda said, oh, you are always cracking some jokes and I am anxious. So like that, such nice loving exchanges were happening. And somebody said that then Krishna just picked up his flute and started singing, started playing his flute. Someone said that, Krishna, please don't play your flute, because your flute is so, it produces such mesmerizing sound that stones melt into water and the water becomes still, like solid, like rock. So your flute song can change the properties of material elements. So please don't play your flute. If Govardhan melts by seeing the singing of your flute, then before Indra's rain can inundate us, Govardhan himself will inundate us. So please don't play your flute. Then someone else said, another Rajavasi said, no, don't worry, Govardhan knows when to melt and when not to melt. This is not the time for melting. So Govardhan knows, Krishna, you please play your flute. And someone said, someone told Radharani, Srimati Radharani, please don't glance upon Krishna. Please don't smile at Krishna, because Krishna loves you so much. When he becomes distracted by your smile, by your glance, Krishna may not focus, Krishna may not be attentive in holding Govardhan. Then the Govardhan mountain may fall on us. Please don't look at Krishna. So like that, such nice, loving and sweet exchanges, friendly exchanges were happening amongst the Rajavasis under this Govardhan. They were enjoying profusely. So there was a great celebration under Govardhan and there was a great frustration outside Govardhan, and that frustration is for Indra. Indra created so much of rainfall in Vrindavan, but he could not move a single blade of grass also from Vrindavan. All the Samvartaka clouds went and reported to Indra. Indra, we could not do anything in Vrindavan, and within these clouds, water was not left. We exhausted our water. So they were like profusely crying that we could not do anything, and probably they exhausted their waters also to cry and to shed tears. So Indra became frustrated, and Indra's powers could not do any harm to Rajavasis, because Krishna is always there as their protector. Now Indra realized, my God, I have been playing with my own master. So it was Indra, then Brahma, then earthly planet, Mother Earth. They all went to the ocean, the milk ocean, and prayed for Krishna's appearance. So Indra knows that Krishna is his master, but he was carried away. So he was thinking that Krishna is an ordinary child. So even great Devatas also forget their obedience to the Supreme Lord Krishna, and they behave in this kind of inimical and envious and foolish ways. Now Indra realized his mistake, and Krishna became aware that Indra has realized his mistake. So Krishna told all the Rajavasis, my dear Rajavasis, now that our week-long celebration has come to an end, Indra stopped his reign, so let us go back to our houses, let's keep Govardhan back in its place. Not a single Rajavasi was ready to go outside Govardhan. They thought that, why 7 days? These 7 days passed like 7 minutes for us, so let this continue forever. So they had absolutely no concern about their homes or their Goshala or their treasures. So they were not in a mood to go back, because they were so absorbed in love for Krishna. But Krishna said, let's go out, let's go. So then all the Rajavasis came out. Then some Rajavasis said, Krishna, we have been holding Govardhan mountain for such a long time. You please go out first. We will keep the Govardhan mountain back in its place. So they kept several sticks, bamboo sticks, to hold Govardhan. So Krishna slightly released the weight of Govardhan on these sticks, and the sticks broke. And some Rajavasis also said, you are merely scratching the bottom of Giriraj. So Giriraj, you cannot hold Giriraj with your sticks. So then Krishna just allowed all the Rajavasis to come out, and then Krishna placed Govardhan mountain back in its place. So now Krishna miraculously has done this activity. So now everybody could see that Krishna is placing Govardhan mountain back its place, but no one could understand how did he do it, right? It was very miraculously placed back in its place, and Krishna came out, and Mother Yashoda offered some arati, and several gopis came there and they embraced Krishna, and Gopas came, embraced Krishna. Vatsalya gopis just took the little hand of Krishna, left hand. Krishna, with this hand only you have lifted mountain. So they started massaging the hand of Krishna, they started kissing the hand of Krishna, showered their love and affection upon Krishna. Then all the Rajavasis went back, and Krishna took some food. Then Indra came along with Surabhi to beg forgiveness from Krishna. Then Krishna was silently standing there. So Indra came to beg forgiveness. Indra came to say sorry. He came along with the recommendation of Surabhi cow because Krishna loves cows. That's why this Indra came along with the recommendation of this Surabhi cow. And Indra said, "My dear Lord, I am so arrogant. I exhibited my pride in front of you. Please forgive my mistake." So he said sorry, he offered prayers, and Krishna said, "Okay, my dear Indra, please do not behave like this anymore. I stopped your Indra Puja because you have become so proud. I don't like pride in my servants. So that's why I stopped your Indra Puja. So just go back to your heaven and you please continue your services." So Krishna disapproved the mistake of Indra. He did not disown Indra. Just because Indra has done a mistake, Krishna did not dethrone Indra. He just gave him a warning, he taught him a lesson, and he allowed Indra to continue his services as the king of heaven, as the lord of rains. So Krishna loves his devotees so much that even if the devotees sometimes commit some mistakes, Krishna just rectifies those mistakes, and he protects the devotees and brings them back to the right kind of understanding and right kind of behavior. So when we do a mistake, we should not justify our mistake, we should rectify our mistake. When we do some mistake or offense, we should not try to justify that mistake, but we should sincerely apologize and try not to repeat that mistake. Then Krishna very mercifully forgives all his devotees for doing such mistakes also. But Indra, although he said sorry to Krishna, he was little fearful inside. So Krishna only protected the Rajavasis. Krishna did not punish me yet. So Indra wanted to avoid punishment from Krishna. That's why Indra came and said sorry. Of course, there was a repentance, there is a genuine repentance also. There was also fear of punishment. So later, when Krishna went to the heavenly planets to take the Parijata tree to please Satyabhama, Indra again came to fight with Krishna. So because earlier he did not say sorry to Krishna after Govardhan episode with full heart, pure heart. So that's why Indra had some fear of punishment while saying sorry. So, but genuine devotees may even accept a punishment also while regretting for their mistakes. Indra apologized in front of Krishna, but he did not do it with a very genuine and pure heart, but he has done it with a fear of punishment. Yes, there was a genuine repentance definitely, but he was also thinking of avoiding punishment. So because of this mentality, Indra again became a victim of such mentality again, because Indra again got into a fight with Krishna when Krishna came to the heavenly planets to take this Parijata tree along with Satyabhama. Then again Krishna forgave. So like that, sometimes devotees also may do some mistakes, but Krishna repeatedly forgives them and teaches them a lesson and brings them back to the right kind of behavior and attitude. So, but in this beautiful episode of Govardhan, we see that Krishna is kind towards Indra in rectifying his pride, and Indra and Krishna is very merciful to Govardhan also in glorifying Govardhan and inaugurating Govardhan Puja festival for all time to come. So in this way, this joyous celebration of Govardhan Puja is available for all devotees for all future times to come, and especially in Kartik Yatra, in our Kartik month. So we worship Giriraj Govardhan with profuse quantities of offering. This Govardhan Puja comes right after Diwali day. So because Janmashtami is coming up, to prepare our consciousness to celebrate Janmashtami, we have been discussing all these Krishna Leelas for these 10 days. So I wish you all a very, very happy Janmashtami. May the Supreme Lord Krishna and Srimati Radharani shower their choicest blessings upon all the devotees. So with our sincere prayers to Radha and Krishna, we will continue our devotional services to their lordships, and we beg for their blessings. We offer our sincere prayers to the Lord on this occasion of Janmashtami. Hare Krishna. Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.